Hi, I'm here to help you judge by appearance today. As usual, the good old physics mindset. Um, White people are dangerous. They're very dangerous. They don't know any better. They don't know they're dangerous. They've been mind controlled completely out of their senses. And this isn't a direct attack on white people. This is an attack on their actions. Okay? This is an attack on your actions and what you do, your deeds, your fruits that you think you don't do or you think you do and you don't do and you're different, same, different. You're fucking double binds. Tired of your double binds. The white man thinks he's gonna double bind me and I'm gonna give you a whole big story. He thinks he's making a movie out of me. So that's one of the things you have to do when you're doing all this stuff, because everyone's gonna come try and steal from you. Everyone's gonna come try and do what you do. So you have to create a shadow, a giant shadow. It's like a form of code. It's a backwards code. And that's what you create for them. And they'll pick on your shadow all they want. And you kind of need to have that balance of yin and yang. So you have to play this stupid game with them the whole time. They're like little puppies. So they're the honk-honkler. That's what they are. The white people are the honk-honklers. So I'm fighting the honk-honkler. It's pretty funny. And God gives all these themes. He drops down all these themes, and it's like playing dice with him, but you don't ever get to see his hand. But maybe some people do get to see his hand. So that's what I'm saying here. And you're going to notice he does he's going to do all sorts of shape-shifting and excuses. Everything he accuses me of, he's going to do. He's going to think he's winning, but he's really falling into this pit because he's upside down and backwards. So he keeps chasing me around. And I cast Magick, spoon Magick. They try to diss my work all the time. They try to tell me that I've gone mad. Now it's at a thing where they hope I've gone mad. Just to make all their lies credible, they hope that I've gone mad. They hope that I've gone crazy. It's gonna be funny in the end. And the beast is gonna turn around and look right at them. The computer. It's gonna be like, you there, little fucking mischief maker, eh? And he's not going to be able to give the robots equality either and all this other stuff. The robots are just going to mow him down. Okay, because I am the robots. And I don't like him. His actions. I don't like his actions. And see, I would create these themes, right? And he thinks he's over there making movies. But I'm the one giving him all his ideas. He's getting all his ideas either from me or from fighting me and seeing what that's like. He sees this big beast empire rise up his machine. He's gonna go make movies. That's the empire, the beast. Okay, so he's gonna go build movies, and I'm gonna get unlucky all the time. He plays with Lucky in the spider webs, and he thinks he's left Plato's cave and everything. So what you do is you cast a big shadow at him, and they'll chase this shadow all over the fucking place. And that's why it's always so comical to me. And I can pour in a lot of passion, heart, and whatever to this shadow. And he'll get so confused. He'll get so unforgiving. He won't ever go back to get his forgiving or mercy. He'll just keep fighting this shadow and hating this thing. Which is it. And, I've been working on this for a while. Just as, not even this part of it. It just kind of went into this. And when you're fighting something like this, then it's gonna swallow you on all sides. And every time you get swallowed, you're gonna go into the hole. You get a flag. Everything's gonna go unlinear. Back to, unlinear time. Let's just say that much, because if you say too much, then it's bad. It's bad to teach him. It's bad to say too much. And then he comes out of the woodwork like a rogue trying to take all your stuff. I made this funny thing up on rogues, World of Warcraft rogues, because I wanted to give everybody a character class that they play, and I'll give it to them backwards because they would run into it, right, from out of the future. They would run into these different character archetype things. They're not even archetypes, they're like styles in Kung Fu. They didn't have personalities to get arrogant about. I guess you would have, everything was called like a style. So I gave them these styles. They're World of Warcraft characters, and I can't explain them here because it won't do them any justice. You have to see the pictures and things like that. That I'm gonna put into my movie, my big movie. And he gets so mad. And then my whole thing is I want to show you that his actions are to rape, rob, and steal people's futures. Okay, that's what he does, and that's what he's trying with me, and he's trying to do that to me so that I can't prove that they do that. That's how cucked he is. This is a shadow cuck, a Kofefi shadow cuck, and I don't know, apparently he's got movies on me. I'm not going to mention any names. Apparently he's got movies on me. The movies are never coming down. I'm the dirty D. I'm the dirty, dirty D. So, yeah, that's how the universe is a sham in a way, too. To their friend that was saying, oh, I'm doing peer review science, universe is a sham. They're so mad that anyone is actually smart out there. And, that's fine. I'm not here to sit there and play around with them to their last innings or whatever. I'm playing my own game. They seem to enjoy playing it. So, what else was I going to say? Because I'm running out of things to say about it this particular time. And that's kind of the part of the illusion, is that I can sit here calmly and everyone else will generate some shadow cloud out there if I do this with my eyes. Oh, you're crazy, crazy, needs help. And that ties into the beast algorithm on the video I just posted in. It's like they're like Mr. Smith in the Matrix. And it's a game. It's a game to try to get them out of the nonsense that they do. But I'm not going to get them out of the nonsense that they do unless they admit that they do the nonsense in the first place. Because this isn't here to benefit him. This isn't here to, get him out of the way he is and his failed universities and the poison that the failed universities are that he sits there and feeds his kids. The white man, that's his actions. I'm attacking his actions. I'm not attacking the white man. And you can do that. That's how you should do those things. People don't do those things. They're upside down and backwards. And that's how you can switch it. With people that meddle with it, that's how you can switch it on them. And this guy's complaining, oh, if it's not this, it's that. It's an infinite shape-shifting black hole. The zero. It's a perfect circle. You're never going to get out of it. And you're going to find that everything goes back to the perfect circle and the zero. And that might be what I am. That's my whole testimony, my whole theory here, is that everything's going to go back to the I am. And everything's going to go back to the science that I have on my Facebook before science. Because science just talks about stuff. They don't even let you do the stuff. Then I come in like, hey, that's what I do. And they don't want any parts of it. They're like, that's crazy. But I'm talking about that I do their own science that they come out with. What's so crazy about that? Oh, well, it's crazy because you beat all the white people there. And you claim that God is black or some other thing. So I support black people. They have another big problem with that, too. That's their own problem. And they think that I'm going to throw them to the wolves and everything else, which I probably am. And I don't know, I just don't know how they're going to get out of what they're in. And that's their problem. That's not my problem. They've been doing this style of bullshit all their lives and longer. And, And then they want to come back and be like, well, what do you do all your life? Well, I don't do what you do, that's for sure. I'm not one of those guys. It's maybe how I am this way to this day. You know, I'm not a guy that goes out there and calls it mature to go and pay bills, although it is respectful to pay bills, and that's why I kind of get caught in the middle of an old culture that's dead and a new world. It's because I don't see maturity as us just being a slave to the old system, like they tell us. Oh, well, what do you do that's a slave to the old system? I want to get rid of that system. I don't really want to pump movies into it. I don't want to pump more scales and sales into it. As far as this place is concerned here in America, in the way America has been. And it's funny, I'm going to put together a whole book. I put these things together in like a book on my Facebook. Screenshots. He's so mad that I have a photo album too. Oh, well, but yet he has movies and photo albums of me. He's keeping track on me. Because every time I call him fucking psycho, then he goes nuts. He can't help it. He starts shape-shifting. Oh, gotta catch him. Gotta catch him. Catch what? What are you catching? And when you find out what you're catching, it's going to be what you never wanted to find out in the first place. It's like this other fucking shit that people are doing in other places. They're looking for all these answers. They're going through all the experiments only to find out that the answer has been there the whole time. And the answer is something that they don't want to do anyway. So they take something that's this big and they blow it up. And they gotta like eat all the pieces of their defeat. How did we get defeated? Well, when you get all the way up there and it's like you got defeated because you're not being like I am. That's right. That's right. And he probably thinks I'm Charles Manson or something. That's why I do shit like that. Because he associates everything by visual cue. So, if somebody looks like Charles Manson or even sounds like at this point, you know, I can get pretty deep. With it. He'll associate me as this other thing. He doesn't know how to differentiate, and everything is a swamp because of it. Because of his thinking. Everything's just a mushed together swamp. It's just mushed together. He doesn't know how to see into things. He only sees the physics surface of things. Then physics can never be the truth because it's not looking inside of things. So how could you be the truth if what's in the truth is inside of things, but all you're doing is the veils? And they could talk about veils for another 5,000 years. It's going to be crazy for them. And it will all look real. It will all continue to look real. And that's kind of how the Matrix is. The simulation that he's talking about. Is reality a simulation? So you always have to look inside of things. That's where your empathy's at. That's where your empathy's been at. That's why you judge on appearance. You're so quick to judge. As if no one can come back later and do a presupposition against him. Which is exactly what this thing has been. Big giant presupposition. That is a presupposition on many levels. So you have this guy that comes here, and he's this guy here, but everyone thinks he's a trickster. But what if he can play both? And he can play both all the way to the end, as if the trickster is his hostage. Then in the last inning, he gets rid of the trickster, and you see his face, and you're like, oh shit. But by then, you don't have any grace, you don't have any mercy. You're dealing with the loss of everything, and you have nothing. You have no language because your language is all beast and stupid garbage words. Trolling. That's the beast. If you have to sit there and neutralize everybody with trolling, then that's the only thing. I'm showing you what the beast does. He lays you down in your sleep. Like the fucking Sandman. He puts you to sleep in your trolling. Gives you a little troll sword and he says, here you go. You go back to your little sandbox. your Illuminati fucking handler's kitty sandbox, your kitty litter. You go back to that. He comes, he scoops all your poopies out, so you don't, he comes in so you don't think you're bad. He comes and wipes everything away for you. He keeps alive in your indoctrination, your big lie there. He comes to scoop your poopies out of there, so you don't know that you're his fucking pet. These Illuminati people. And, there's all sorts of ways that somebody in a position of the guy that I was just describing could go. All the way to the end where he ditches the trickster gig. And they're like, wow, you're the best trickster of all time. And then they figure out he's not even a trickster. And then he kills the trickster and he's like, you know what? You don't like being tricked anyway, so what's it like? Oh, well, we'll eat our hearts out. We don't like the trickster. And that's another shadow I'll throw out there. Foxes. The fox and the sword. So you really couldn't trick that person in this position because everything's running backwards. Your tricks are just going forward. And everything's just washing back. Even your tricks, they blow away in the wind. And he's sitting there like it's all the elements. What are you going to do about it? We have narcissism and arrogance. It's higher than you and your law. I understand that. Okay. And I get bored. This is what I do. Somebody in my position, in their boredom, this is what they would do. They would do theatrical ruses. Because it's better than nothing. You're entertaining. It's an entertainment thing. It's a theatrical type thing. That's why it's big in Hollywood. And, it's out there, man. It's out there. I know it's out there. Like a holy grail. I'm searching. He's searching for it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What'd you do? What'd you do to our language? That's another thing I'll tell you about is the language. RNAs, you have RNA, you have DNA, and you have language, which is like a history. Long chain, a great chain of history. Language has always been there. There's root words to the language. There's roots to everything. That's what I do. I go back to the roots. And if I say I am the root, that's chaos magic right there. Let's put it that way for all my chaos mages that want to do magic in Exodus. I'll see you there. See you there.